Hi everyone, so I'm going to teach you now how to make Char Kuay Teow, which is a very popular Singaporean stir-fry noodle. So this is a rice noodle, which is a flat rice noodle. So you can see it is like a tagliatelle of fettuccine, which is slightly wider than the vermicelli. And it's fresh, so you would buy this from the Chinese supermarket in the chiller section. And when it comes, it will be in a block, so it'll be all clumped together. You should separate it before you start cooking, otherwise you just get one big clump. So you can do this by just add boiling water to it and then drain it, and that will make it easier to separate, or just do it by hand. And the other ingredients that you would need would be bean sprouts, which will give it a nice crunch, spring onions, and garlic. Now my Singaporean Char Kuay Teow version does not use onions, but if you want to, obviously you can, but traditionally it's made with fresh garlic. Then you can add prawns, you can add scallops, fish cakes, that's traditional. And the other thing that we add is lap cheong. Lap cheong is a Chinese cured sausage, and it is a preserved meat, so it's a bit like a salami, but it's got a sweet flavor because it's got sugar presumably, and a rose wine, so it's got a very Chinese flavor, and it's delicious. And then of course you can use fresh prawns, raw prawns, or you can use the ready cooked prawns, which will make it quicker. And then the only other ingredient would be your chili element, which you could use either chili powder or the chili oil. This is a Nyonya Secrets chili oil, or just fresh chilies, but I use fresh chilies just for a garnish in any case. And then the next other thing is the sweet chili, which is ketchup mayonnaise, and this is the one that we would use. It is a very thick dark soy, which has got sugar or caramel added to it, so it's got a sweetness. So the main thing is to get all your ingredients all ready next to you, so that when you start cooking, you would add everything in quick succession. Now I'm going to get my oil and my wok nice and hot, and then I'm going to scramble my eggs so that it will stay separate from the noodles. If you want to add the eggs in with the noodles, it will make it a bit mushy. So I always cook my eggs separately. So we can start off by just scrambling the eggs. Get some vegetable oil in there. Just a spoonful would be enough. Got 2 eggs here, which I'm just going to scramble. As soon as they are set, transfer it back into the dish. And then I'm still going to use the same wok to cook the noodles. So more oil goes in the pan. Just use vegetable cooking oil. And then once it's nice and hot, add your noodles that have been separated. If you're going to use dried noodles, you can just add boiling water and then until they are softened. But it's much nicer if you can find fresh noodles, which is easily available in Chinese Emporium supermarket in the chiller section. So let the noodles take on the tart flavor of the wok, which is now very hot, and you can see you just stir it just to keep it from sticking into the wok. This will take just a few minutes. The other ingredients will not take long to cook because you've got the prawns which cooked in minutes and the Chinese sausage sausages are also something that can be eaten raw, so you don't really need to spend time cooking it. So, you know, it's now taken on this lovely blackened flavor. So I'm just going to transfer it onto my separate dish just for now. And then another spoonful of oil goes in. Then in goes the garlic. Now the garlic again will take just a few seconds even. Then I'm going to add some prawns. The oil is very, very hot, so everything goes in really quickly. The sausages, the bean sprouts, and chili. So you can use whichever chilies you've chosen in whichever amount to taste. And then just add the sweet soya. So we put a dollop of that, a couple of tablespoons. The noodles go back in, mix everything up. And finally the scrambled eggs, and then we add it. So you should be able to identify the eggs separately. There won't be one sort of gooey mess in the noodles. So the noodles are now nice and hot and all cooked. The prawns are cooked. And just before you transfer into a serving dish, have a taste, make sure that you're happy with the flavor. Okay. And it even has that wok hei flavor that I mentioned earlier. And next thing, turn the heat off. I'm just going to transfer it onto my serving dish. And this has to be eaten straight away. So this should be enough for two, just one plate. And then maybe a sprinkling of freshly sliced chilies, just to give it a bit of color. So there you have it, my Char Kuay Teow, and it's pretty good, I would say. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy it.